voices inside in my head. It's clear that my choices when I looked and said the fear of the voices and all they in bed. Appear cavalier, but we're near in they bed. Embracing the darkness that weighs on like lead as they chasing the hardest can find it ahead. Just to get by.
Hey friend, and welcome to my channel. I'm Angelique. So today I'm coming to you with a brand new Bobbi Boss unit. This one is from the Glueless Lace Wig collection. It's in the style MLF268 Latoria, and it's in the color F4/2730. So here's what the stock card for her is looking like, and here's what the inside of the stock card is looking like. They do have a couple new units available with this, and it's going to be available in 11 special colors, honey. So for the cap construction on this one, here's how it's looking like straight out of the box. It is going to come with baby hairs and it is going to be slightly pre-plucked. For the inside of the cap construction, you are going to get those two combs in the front. You're going to get that 13x4 HD lace. And then for the back of the unit, it is going to come with a comb in the back, as well as adjustable straps and adjustable elastic band, and it was made on a mesh wig cap. So first I'm just going to go in with my Ebin lace tint spray in the color medium dark brown and tint the lace. And then I'm going to slap this bad boy in the wig head and just show you guys a 360 of what it's looking like. It doesn't list the length on the stock card, but as you can see, y'all, this one is long. It's probably like 28 inches. Very flowy, honey. And then of course, I'm just going to bring it in closer and show you guys what the hairline is looking like on this one. Now, when I tell you the hairline is dense, honey, it is dense, and that's something that I know when it comes to a lot of the Bobbi Boss units. Their units need some plucking, so that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm just going in and I'm going to pluck this unit out, you guys. I feel like this one doesn't look realistic straight out of the box, and if you want that realistic look, you're definitely going to want to go in and pluck this one out. But honestly, you guys, I feel like it was absolutely worth it for this one. This one was absolutely worth the work to go in and pluck it out and make it look more natural, just because, like I said, the hairline on this one was very dense. So I'm just going in section by section and plucking this out. I plucked some hair behind the area that I've parted out, and then drag the hair backwards to see what the progress is looking like, and then follow that process. So here's what it's looking like. That's the amount of hair that I've plucked out of this. Now I'm just going to go in and start cutting that lace off. First, I'm going to go in with my embroidering scissors and start cutting the lace into smaller sections, and this is going to make it easier when I go in with my pinking shears, since it's on the larger side and they're kind of clinky. It just makes it easier to maneuver around these little lace sections that I've pre-cut. So after I've cut these little sections, I'm just going to go in with my serrated pinking shears and start cutting off the rest of that lace. Like I noted, this is why I go in with my embroidering scissors at first and cut these smaller sections, because you can see how quick and easy I'm able to just maneuver section by section with these pinking shears. And this is also helpful to keep the consistency of the pattern. So that's what it's looking like after I've cut the lace off, and now I'm just going to plop it on my head and start installing her. So one thing to note, you guys, is my head is about 22 to 22.5 inches in circumference, and it fit my head almost perfectly. I say almost just because next to the ear tabs I had a little bit of a struggle, so I had to kind of pull out some little sideburn situations from the ear tab just so I had an area to kind of add some adhesive to, because I didn't want to do it around the perimeter of the lace. I just wanted to do it on those two sides, because towards the front of my head it fit completely fine, but towards the ear tabs I could see getting into an issue with it sliding back, especially because I knew I was going to do various styles, so I just had to add a little bit of adhesive. But I do think if your head, especially if it's on the smaller side, you'll be able to absolutely wear this one glueless. But if your head is any bit bigger than mine or my size, I definitely would say slightly straighten the side of caution, and possibly you may need to go in and add a little bit of adhesive just to eliminate any issues with it sliding back on you. So as far as the texture, you guys, the texture on this one is beautiful, not a hint of silkiness. It's all yucky, and I really just want to point your attention to these layers, honey, because Bobbi Boss knew exactly what they were doing when it came to making the layers for this unit. The layers are honestly my favorite part about this unit. They're glorious. They give it so much body, so much realism. I just really love the fact that it's like layer on top of layer on top of layer. Honey, look at those layers. And as far as the density on this one, the density on this one is definitely going to be leaning towards the medium side for sure. It's definitely not on the thinner side. I want to say it's sitting around 160% density, which I am absolutely here for, you guys. I'm just really loving the texture mixed with the density of this unit. It is giving me what I need for it to be giving me. It is giving me holiday hair, but also like I could pull this bad boy out and wear a good amount of times before it goes in the trash. Like I could really get my money's worth with this one. Like, girl. So right here, I'm just kind of pulling out the sideburn area just to make it fit as seamless as possible. I kind of had to pull out some hair around the ear tabs, and then that is the only area that I just went and adhered down. Just because if I didn't, then this bad boy would be slipping and sliding, especially when it comes to me styling it. And like I said, I think that's because of my head size. So I did spritz a little bit of the Esha Melt and Slay spray right on the side tab area just to keep it adhered down. And look at this color, honey. You guys know I don't do colors too often, but this is one I really do feel like compliments me well. So I think if you're a brown girl, this one will absolutely suit you well, especially if you're somebody who's a little bit scared of color, but you want to try something different, but you don't want to feel like you're doing too much. I would absolutely recommend this one. And now I'm gonna go and apply this liquid foundation on top of the powdered concealer just so that I can get the lace to blend in a bit more, because I was noticing a little bit of that white lace cast, but I was able to easily hide that lace. And then I'm just gonna go in and add some more foundation into the center part. And another thing I did like about this unit, you guys, is it did lay pretty flat. I did have to go in with my bristle brush, and I did go in with my straightening comb on the lowest heat setting, but that's just because I was trying to make it look as realistic as possible. I don't think it was absolutely necessary, but I just feel like this helped give the unit that extra oomph, if that makes sense. Now, of course, since like I said, this is a 13x4 unit, I'm just gonna get into styling options and showing you guys the different looks that you can achieve when getting this unit. But honey, let me just jump into the cons and the pros, of course, of this unit. My number one con is absolutely going to be the plucking. Bobbi Boss, I don't know what it is we're doing, because I feel like they check so many of the boxes as a brand. But when it comes to the inconsistency of the units not being plucked up to par, I'm just not here for it. A lot of us just really want to put our wigs on and style it to our liking and then be all good. But when you have to have that additional process of plucking, it's just really not a fun time. And I feel like their prices are marked accordingly. This one was $34.94. So yes, the price is right, but also like I'm willing to spend additional money to not have to put in all that additional work when it comes to hairline. So that's gonna be the first con that I have. And then another con that I'm gonna have is I just wish the cap was a little bit bigger. Just so I wouldn't have to necessarily use any adhesive. But other than that, I really don't think I have any other cons when it comes to this unit. My pros are, I feel like this color is beautiful. I absolutely love the fact that it's a yaki texture. The layers are layering. Honey, look at this. The layers are literally perfection. The density on this unit is beautiful, good density. It's nice and full, but it's not too overbearing. I like the layers of it. It is really giving me what I feel like it should be given, and I really would pick this one up again, even though I would have to put in the work for plugging it, but I absolutely feel like it was worth it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this unit. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If it was, make sure you give me a like, give me a subscribe, comment down below any of the units you want to pick up in any of the colors, honey. And until then, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.